LA Knight just invaded iShowSpeed's live stream and threw him through his streaming setup, leaving the 21-year-old with a busted lip, arm sling, and facial bruises while he was broadcasting live to millions of viewers. And I am furious that this is what WWE has come to, using a popular internet streamer to generate cheap WrestleMania 42 buzz instead of building actual wrestling storylines. Meanwhile, Oba Femi was fined by Raw general manager Adam Pearce after he pushed the GM to the ground and destroyed multiple security guards during his 30th of March confrontation with Brock Lesnar, who is now rumored to be retiring at SummerSlam 2026 in Minneapolis after facing Oba Femi at WrestleMania 42 next week. And in the biggest betrayal of 2026, Chris Jericho returned to AEW Dynamite on the 2nd of April in Winnipeg after months of WWE fans believing he would come back for one final run, instead choosing to stay All Elite and breaking the hearts of millions who wanted to see him at Royal Rumble, Raw on Netflix, or Elimination Chamber. If you think LA Knight went too far attacking a civilian streamer, or if you believe WWE is right to use influencers for WrestleMania, drop your take in the comments right now, because what I'm about to expose will show you why April 2026 might be the most chaotic month in wrestling history. Part 1: LA Knight invades iShowSpeed's home, the live stream attack. Let me start with the wildest story, because LA Knight literally showed up at iShowSpeed's house. The setup: Raw the 30th of March 2026. On Raw the 30th of March at Madison Square Garden, iShowSpeed was a guest sitting in the front row. He was watching the Usos vs The Vision, Austin Theory and Logan Paul for the World Tag Team Championships. During the match, a scuffle broke out between Logan Paul and LA Knight. First trivia question for the comments: iShowSpeed competed in which 2025 WWE event where he was eliminated by Braun Breaker? Name the event. The Accidental Knockout. According to Bleacher Report, amid a scuffle between Paul and Knight, Paul pulled Speed over the barricade, while simultaneously dropping his brass knuckles. Speed picked up the brass knucks and put them on, and when Knight touched his shoulder, Speed spun around and knocked out the megastar. iShowSpeed accidentally knocked LA Knight out with brass knuckles. This helped Austin Theory and Logan Paul win the World Tag Team Championships from the Usos. Paul Heyman then invited Speed to join the Vision. The April 2 ND Revenge. 2 days later, on the 2nd of April 2026, LA Knight got his revenge. According to ITR Wrestling, in a wild moment, the megastar appeared at the end of iShowSpeed's latest live stream in a cleverly planned angle. Speed looked stunned that LA Knight had access to his house and immediately began apologizing for what had happened on Raw. Knight appeared at Speed's home during his live stream. Second question: LA Knight is a former champion of which WWE title? Name the championship he previously held. The false security. According to the report, Knight drew Speed in with a false sense of security, making the streaming sensation feel like his mistake was forgiven. It was all a ruse, as LA flung iShowSpeed into his streaming setup moments before the broadcast ended. Knight pretended to forgive Speed, then he threw him into his camera setup. The stream cut out for a minute. When it came back, Speed had a busted lip and blood in his mouth. The aftermath. According to Wrestling Zone, Speed appeared in a new stream hours after the attack. The streamer was seen wearing an arm sling and a bandage on the side of his forehead. Speed started streaming hours later with arm sling, bandaged forehead, bruised face. Speed said, "People want to come to my house, tarnish my name, tarnish my thing, breaking in, I don't get it anymore. But that don't stop me, that don't stop Speed, baby." He also said, "LA Knight from WWE broke into my damn house and pushed me into my damn setup and then left." Third question: iShowSpeed is one of the world's biggest streamers. Approximately how many YouTube subscribers does he have? Answer: 20 million, 30 million, 40 million, or 50 million. The WrestleMania 42 match. According to Dave Meltzer of Wrestling Observer Newsletter, WWE is planning a 6-man tag team match at WrestleMania 42. iShowSpeed, Logan Paul and Austin Theory, The Vision, versus LA Knight, Jimmy Uso and G Uso. If Speed isn't ready for a match, it could instead be the Usos vs The Vision, with Knight in the Usos corner and Speed in the Vision's corner. Part 2: Oba Femi punished. The fine from Adam Pearce. Now let's talk about Oba Femi, because he got fined after his Raw the 30th of March chaos. The Brock Lesnar confrontation. On Raw the 30th of March, Brock Lesnar with Paul Heyman called out Oba Femi. The ruler came to the ring. Security and general manager Adam Pearce rushed in to stop them from fighting. But Femi couldn't be controlled. Fourth question, Oba Femi is a former NXT champion who held the title for how many days in his most recent reign? Answer 30, 60, 90, or 120 days. The destruction. According to Wrestling Zone, he took down several security guards. When Pearce tried to step in, Femi pushed him to the floor at the ringside. Oba Femi. White heavy checkmark destroyed multiple security guards. White heavy checkmark threw Calvin Dumorn independent wrestler into the air. White heavy checkmark launched Marcus D'Angelo into the barricade. White heavy checkmark pushed Adam Pearce to the ground. Triple H had to come out to separate Brock and Oba. The fine. On the 31st of March, Adam Pearce tweeted, appropriate fines have been officially levied against the offending parties. Thank you for your attention to this matter. AJP. I need a drink. In a follow-up post, Pearce showed a clip of Femi pushing him and captioned it, Oba Femi. Oba Femi was officially fined by WWE. The injury photo. According to Wrestling News, in a recent Twitter post, Pearce shared a photo of a massive bruise across his ribs after Femi pushed him straight into the barricade. He wrote, invite Oba to my barbecue, you gotta be ribbing me. Adam Pearce had a massive bruise on his ribs from being pushed into the barricade. Fifth question, Oba Femi will face Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania 42. On which night of WrestleMania will this match take place? Night the 1st of April 2018 or night the 2nd of April 2019? Part 3, Brock Lesnar retirement speculation, not leaving, but ending soon. Now let's talk about Brock Lesnar because the title says leaves, but that's not accurate. The truth. According to WrestlingWorld.com, based on current reporting, Lesnar is not heading toward retirement or an exit. Despite online chatter, there is no credible indication that he is leaving for UFC or stepping away from wrestling after the event. Brock Lesnar is not leaving WWE right now. The April Fool's joke. According to Sportskeeda, a reliable source known for roster updates in UFC posted on X that Lesnar has been added as a fighter. Hence, fans have been wondering whether the Beast Incarnate has actually re-signed a contract with the Dana White-led MMA promotion. The answer is no. The post was clearly an April Fool's joke by the page. The Lesnar to UFC rumor was an April Fool's joke. Sixth question, Brock Lesnar broke The Undertaker's WrestleMania streak, at which WrestleMania named the event number. The retirement plan. However, Lesnar is rumored to retire at SummerSlam 2026 in Minneapolis. According to Dave Meltzer of Wrestling Observer newsletter, there is a story going around that Lesnar will retire at SummerSlam 2026. I can't confirm that date, but did at least a month hear that the working plans for 2026 would be the WWE retirement runs for Lesnar, AJ Styles and potentially Chris Jericho if he signs. John Cena seemingly confirmed this in an interview with Chris Van Vliet, saying Lesnar's final match would be in Minnesota. SummerSlam 2026 takes place August 1-2 at US Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. That's Lesnar's home state. The WrestleMania 42 match. First, Lesnar faces Oba Femi at WrestleMania 42 next week. This is not his retirement match. It's a stepping stone to SummerSlam. Seventh question, Brock Lesnar has won the WWE Championship how many times in his career? Answer the total number of WWE Championship reigns. Part 4, Chris Jericho's betrayal. AEW return stuns WWE fans. Finally, let's talk about Chris Jericho because he betrayed WWE fans. The months of speculation. For months, WWE fans believed Chris Jericho would return to WWE. Speculation included Royal Rumble the 31st of January he didn't appear. Raw on Netflix anniversary January the 6th he didn't appear. Elimination Chamber the 28th of February the crate had Danhausen, not Jericho. According to Wrestling Incorporated, there were talks between WWE and Jericho during that same time. At the same time, those within WWE have claimed that there were never concrete plans for Jericho to debut at the first Raw of the year, Royal Rumble, or Elimination Chamber, despite rumors he could appear. WWE did talk to Jericho, but they never had concrete plans. The AEW Dynamite returned the 2nd of April 2026. On the 2nd of April 2026, Chris Jericho returned to AEW Dynamite in Winnipeg, his hometown. According to TWNP Wrestling News, the inaugural AEW World Champion hijacked the contract signing between MJF and Kenny Omega. Chris Jericho's AEW return marked almost 1 year to the day since he was last seen on television. Jericho interrupted the MJF vs Kenny Omega contract signing. His theme Judas played. The crowd went ballistic. They sang along through 2 full choruses. Jericho said, "Winnipeg. AEW. I'm home. Final question. Chris Jericho was the inaugural AEW World Champion. Can you name the event where he won that championship? Name the AEW pay-per-view. Why Jericho chose AEW over WWE. According to TWNP Wrestling News, while Chris Jericho was interested in a WWE return, the star was hesitant to do a final run after Goldberg, John Cena, and Edge Styles essentially did the same concept. Jericho didn't want another retirement tour. With AEW, he gets creative control, easier schedule, substantial money, remain an active main eventer. He's not ready to retire yet. The WWE fan betrayal. According to Bleeding Cool Satire article, Chris Jericho returns to AEW during AEW Dynamite on the 2nd of April 2026, a literal betrayal of WWE fans. WWE fans feel betrayed because they waited months for his return. They thought he was coming back to WWE. Instead, he chose AEW. Conclusion: April 2026, the most chaotic month in wrestling. Let me recap these 4 massive stories. LA Knight vs iShowSpeed. Speed accidentally knocked Knight out with brass knuckles. Raw the 30th of March. Knight invaded Speed's live stream April the 2nd. Threw Speed into streaming setup. Speed left with busted lip, arm sling, facial bruises. WrestleMania 42 6-man tag match planned. Oba Femi punishment. Destroyed security guards on Raw the 30th of March. Pushed Adam Pearce to the ground. Left Pearce with massive rib bruise. Officially fined by Adam Pearce the 31st of March. Brock Lesnar retirement. Not leaving WWE right now. That's false. Faces Oba Femi at WrestleMania 42 April 18 to 19. Rumored to retire at SummerSlam 2026 August 1 to 2 in Minneapolis. John Cena confirmed Minnesota retirement. Chris Jericho betrayal. Months of WWE speculation never appeared at Rumble/Chamber/Raw. Return to AEW Dynamite April the 2nd in Winnipeg. Said I'm home to AEW. WWE fans feel betrayed after waiting. April 2026 has been insane. A streamer getting attacked by a WWE superstar. A monster getting fined for destroying the GM. Retirement rumors swirling. And the biggest betrayal in wrestling. WrestleMania 42 is next week, April 18 to 19. All of these storylines culminate in Las Vegas. Smash that like button if you think LA Knight went too far. Subscribe to Wrestling Zone 1 for WrestleMania coverage. Drop your takes. Was Speed's knockout really an accident? Should Oba Femi be suspended instead of fined? Will Lesnar really retire? Did Jericho betray WWE fans? Let's debate. I'll catch you in the next one.